Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2021 Bantam Division Championship game here at Collinwood Athletic Complex, Cleveland Muny Football. Hi, my name is John Good, and today my partner, Jason Dunn, is in the house, and we'll be calling the game, bringing the action to you in your living room, in the porch, in the basement here this evening as you enjoy our Bantam Division Championship game. Jason? These two teams slugged it out all season long to get to this game, and we're going to see a talented group. This is their last year in Muny football, a lot of them, before they go to the next level into high school.
Hey, John, we're in for a real treat today. Today's matchup, the Westside Wolverines with an overall record of 9-0 versus the Sims Raiders with an overall record of 6-1. And like you alluded, a lot of these kids last and final time playing in Muny football. So they're going to be looking to impress today. We got a rainy one today, so the field conditions will play a factor in this game today. But I still look for a clean game from both because both of the teams are experienced and they've geared up all season for this moment.
So right now, we're going to go to the player introductions, where my partner Jason Dunn is doing double duty today. We'll take it away. Jason?
Welcome to the Collinwood Athletic Complex for today's 2021 Bantamweight Championship game between the Sims Raiders Showtime and the Westside Wolverines. So we're going to start with the player introductions. First, from the Sims Raiders, number 1, Nicholas McCullough Jr. Number 2, Rayvon Bryant. Number 3, Noah Blue. Number 4, Amir Lassiers. Number 5, Melvin Dobson. Number 6, Lemire McKenzie. Number 8, Stephen Thomas. Number 9, Travis Hicks. Number 10, Quentin Augusto. Number 11, Dwayne Lumpkin. Number 12, Jaleel Prairies. Number 13, Eric Bowden. Number 21, Ronnie Taylor. Number 22, Jerry Black Jr. Number 23, Jameer Jolly. Number 26, Uriah Weber. Number 32, Akeem Green. Number 51, Dalen Edwards. Number 52, Terrell Stovall Jr. Number 53, Shaden Bell Stallings. Number 54, Malik Lewis. Number 55, Richard Smith III. Number 56, Shamar Kemp. Number 66, Robert Scott Jr. Number 90, Jamari Goodgang. The Sims Raiders is coordinated by Chris Parish, head coach Chris Parish, assistant coaches Chaz Jordan, Andre Deal, Tyler Gardner, Steve Thomas, Richard Smith, and Ricardo Sims. The 2021 Sims Raiders Showtime. for the player introduction for the Westside Wolverines. Number 0, John Smith Jr. Number 1, Ray John Foster. Number 3, Jaden Sorensen. Number 4, Brian Smith. Number 5, Jalen Salmon. Number 6, Trevion Boone. Number 7, Yante Smith. Number 8, Joseph Nolan. Number 11, Andrew Gordon Jr. Number 13, Jeremiah Turner. Number 14, Tyrone Moses Jr. Number 15, Michael Carter. Number 16, Carlos Hall. Number 17, Michael Robinson Jr. Number 19, Isaiah Crawford. Number 20, D'Angelo Taylor. Number 21, Demetrius Rowden. Number 22, Antonio Parkinson. Number 23, Monroe Larkin. Number 26, Randall Henry. Number 27, Nathan LeQuay. Number 28, Davion Hughes. Number 29, Jaden Adamini. Number 33, Chris Nichols. Number 48, Isaiah Hickman. Number 52, Shad Curry Jr. And number 99, Jameer Perez. The Westside Wolverines is coordinated by Damian Johnson, head coach Raymond Johnson, assistant coaches Terrell Smith, Brandon Kilpatrick, David Honeybart, Aaron Dancy Sr., Scantlin Sharp, and Lakeith Walls, the 2021 Westside Wolverines. Okay, at this moment, I'm going to ask that everyone please stand for the playing of the national anthem.
We are ready to rumble here at Collinwood Athletic Complex as again the Sims Raiders Showtime versus the Westside Wolverines. In that Bantam division, kids ages 12 to 14 years old with no weight limit. The freshman football players are not allowed to play in this league at all. They play National Federation of Ohio high school rules, 8-minute quarters, regulation clock, 4 timeouts per game, 1 additional timeout in each overtime. There'll be no kickoffs. No kickoffs on punts. Only one player may rush from the outside of each defensive end. So only the outside defenders can rush. Scoring is conventional. Touchdown for 6 points, safety 2 points. Ball is punted from the 20-yard. Ball is punted from the 20-yard line. There's extra points in the game. Kick. If you kick it, you get extra point of 2. And if you run it past it in, you'll get 1 point. This bantamweight division started off this 21 season with about 14 teams?
In the bantamweight division, let's see. I think we had 16 teams this year in the bantamweight division.
Yeah, 16 teams in the bantamweight division. Westside Wolverines accumulated a 9-0 record. They came in first in points and first in defense as well, only allowing 12 points. Sims Raiders Showtime, the winners of the national division, 6-1 record regular season, 110 points scored, which ranks them second in scoring and second in defense for points allowed, with only 3.9 points allowed per game. There was only 27 points scored on them all season long, as opposed to the Westside Wolverines, who only had 12 points scored against them all year long. So we're looking at a really defensive battle here today. We'll give you the starting lineups as soon as we can. But right now we're ready to play ball. The Westside Wolverines have won the toss, elected to receive the football, and they'll start off on offense.
Oh yeah!
And we start off with a penalty. So while we're doing that, I'll run down the starting offense for the Westside Wolverines. Left tackle, you got Salmon. Left guard, Larkin. Center, Rowden. Right guard, Perez. Right tackle, Crawford. And number 17, the tight end, Michael Robinson. In the backfield, the skilled players, you got Rajon Foster, number 1, wide receiver. Henry, the slot guy, number 26. Smith, the quarterback. You have John Smith Jr., number 0 at running back. And Davion Hughes, number 28, the opposite wide receiver. They started the ball off, the game off with the first play, giving it to Smith, who goes off the right side and picks up about 2, maybe 1.
You know, they started this game off with a screen pass. You had a real aggressive rush by the defensive front of the Sims Raiders. And right out the back, the Wolverines wanted to counter that. You know, these teams seen a lot of each other, you know, throughout the season as far as scouting. The coaches have had their eyes on each other. So it's going to be a real chess match today. And you want to read, and that defensive front for the Sims Raiders from left to right, Amir Lasayers, Terrell Stovall Jr., Jerry Black Jr., and Shamar Kemp.
So it'll be second down and about 14 after that first play penalty. Turns and gives, and he's right up the middle for significant yards. As it is number 0 on the carry, John Smith Jr., and he's out for a gain of about 8.
You know, that's going to be enough for about a first down. That tackle was made on the play by Sims Raiders by number 13, Eric Bowden, left inside linebacker.
Third down and about 4. A long 5. Smith under center. Smith in the shotgun. Lined up next to him is Smith Jr. Receiver flops to the other side, to the left. They give it to Smith. And he's off to the races, folks. as he crosses midfield, the 40, down to the 34-yard line of the Sims Raiders. That was a nicely designed play, Jason. Looked like it started off to the left, and he cut it back to the right where he had a wide open lane for a significant gain.
Yeah, you know what? That was a design cutback, and this is something to have in the arsenal. If you look at those pulling linemen over there, he started out to the left, and then he cut it back to the right behind two pulling linemen. Not one, but two.
A good job by those guys, too, getting out in front of Smith Jr. Take a good look at the young man right there. Smith Jr., E-Prep Woodland. Jalen Ramsey is his favorite player, and his favorite team is the Cleveland Browns.
That's a good choice.
First down and 10. Smith again. He's got a lane. He runs into his man who's being blocked, and number 21 is able to bring him down the open field right there.
Yeah, and that's number 21, Ronnie Taylor, on the tackle.
Ronnie Taylor, one of the key players for Sims Raiders.
You know, Ronnie's an 8th grader out of Pinnacle Academy. His favorite team is the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, these guys, they not no loyalty to the home team anymore. It'll be second down and 1 as Smith Jr. is racking up big yards on this first drive of the ball game.
You know, let's pay close attention to that Wolverines offensive line, which is actually the strength of their team.
28, Davion Hughes is in the backfield, and he gets the direct snap. The quarterback is out front trying to block it, and there's nothing doing. That's a great job over there by the defensive end in the corner, slowing down that play till the cavalry got there. Great job by the Sims defense.
And that was great pursuit on that play. The Sims Raiders, they really strung it out. They took on blockers. They got down the line of scrimmage. That was Ronnie Taylor. He missed the first attempt. Nick McCullum was in there. Then you also had number 22, Jerry Black Jr. on the cleanup. That was a great job by the Sims Raiders defense of pursuing.
So we got third down. They lost about a yard on that play, so it'll be 3rd and 2. See the size of this Wolverine team. It rivals some freshman teams. They just blow a big hole. Great effort there by the runner. It's a good job by the quarterback on that play as he took the ball himself. Smith right up the middle following that big offensive line.
Yeah, he definitely took matters into his own hands that time and willed his team to another first down.
So first drive of the ball game. Wolverines being led by Deontay Smith. Very, very talented quarterback for the Westside Wolverines and one of their key players, which means he will be in the All-Star game. As he gives to Smith again. Junior, touchdown. Nope, no, not Smith Jr. Number 26 was the ball carrier that time.
And that was that was Randall Henry. You know, he came from that slot receiver position, and another well-designed play call by head coach Raymond Johnson. And you look, they got those blockers out in front. He had about 3 blockers out there in front of him, led by number 0. He had an escort right there by number 28, and all he had to do was throw a shoulder block to get him in the end zone.
It's a great team effort on that play. Everybody is doing their assignments, executing their job, and it usually comes up with that type of result of a touchdown. Extra point try, they give it to number 5 as he slices through, and I don't think he quite got there. No indication by the referees. That's Jaden Sorensen.
Yeah, he was stood up at the line of scrimmage, and he got no gain, stopped his forward progress, so the referees end up blowing that call dead.
So Salmon, Robinson G. Jones, 8th grader.
And leading the charge on that stop was the right defensive end, Shamar Kemp, who is also another key player and is an all-star.
So the Wolverines take care of business on their first possession of the ball game in this Bantam Division Championship game as they go on top, 6-0.
You know, and that's been the story of the Wolverines season. Every game this year they've played first drive touchdown. So it's going to be real interesting to see how the Sims Raiders rebound from that. Like I said, we have wet conditions, but the Sims also have a pretty potent offense that can put points on the board.
Yeah, Sims Raiders offense led by their quarterback, Noah Blue, number 3. Noah Blue, Noble Academy. His favorite player is Russell Wilson. His favorite team is the Browns as he gives to the running back, the talented number 21, Ronnie Taylor. And Ronnie Taylor gets out for a big gain close to midfield.
And Ronnie Taylor, he's one of those key players, and he's also an all-star. And let's look at this replay here. He got a solid block by number 4. The receiver's draft block it downfield. All he had to do was take that corner and pick up what he can get. And that's going to be a Sims Raiders first down.
So very close to holding there. You saw that wide receiver doing a good job of hiding the hold as he secured that cornerback to bring down, so that he wouldn't be able to bring down his running back, Ronnie Taylor, starting off his game with a bang.
And you're taught to keep your hands inside and just drive so the referee can't see it.
Blue, that quarterback, in the shotgun, a little more like a pistol. Turns and gives to Taylor. Taylor, stop. Right there at the line of scrimmage. Big number 99 on the tackle along with number 20 for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Jameer Perez, he got a lot of penetration on that play, and he was able to get a hand on Ronnie Taylor to stop him for that short game.
So Taylor on that play. Second down and 9. No yards made on that first down. Turn and give it Taylor again, and blitzing was number 5 for the Westside Wolverines, Salmon, and he showed up big early in this game.
Yeah, Jaden Sorensen, the minute that ball was snapped, he was already in the backfield. He could have almost took the handoff.
Yeah, it was pretty good timing by him. I guess they found a weakness in this offense of the Sims Raiders Showtime.
You know, the Sims Raiders, some of the keys to the game, you know, they want to have a swarming defense. They want to have team tackling. Offensively, the line must win. They must win at the line of scrimmage. They must stay confident and resilient. And they will run a no-huddle offense to try to keep the Wolverines off balance.
Well, that's a free 5 yards. As the Sims Raiders offense show good discipline.
You know, one of the biggest concerns for the Raiders coming into this game is the ability to cover the receivers. They feel like if they can get, you know, strong play from the cornerbacks and their safeties and stay disciplined in coverage, they can be successful today.
And that's always a recipe for success. The Raiders offense pretty balanced at 60% run and 40% pass. I think they're going to stick to the ground today. As Taylor put the ball on the ground, I believe that was Taylor, but able to pick it up and fall forward for a significant gain of about 7 yards.
Yeah, it was a design toss play that turned into a broken play that turned into a nice game.
Yeah. A big decision right here by Showtime. 4th down, and they only have a short 2 to go. The way that the Wolverines took the first drive downfield, I think it behooved them to go ahead and punt.
Yeah, and this Wolverines defense has been really strong all year on 4th and short yardage. So, yeah, I think Sims Raiders are making a good call right now by punting the ball. You know, play field position is too early to gamble. You're only down 6. Right. You know, rely on your defense to make a play.
So smart call, we believe, by the head coach, Chris Parish, for the Sims Raiders.
You know, and in the bantamweight division, you know, we read the rules. We have the automatic punt. The ball is advanced 20 yards, and we do have a 15-second runoff. So if you notice time running off the clock during this dead period, that is the rule, 15-second runoff.
So Sims couldn't convert on that 3rd down, and the Wolverines will take over on their second possession of the ball game with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Again, the bantamweight division, Westside Wolverines in the American division, the Sims Raiders Showtime winners of the national division, and just a very successful season on this Bantam level. Quarterback gets the snap, or they directly snap it to number 1, Foster, and he is shut down.
And that was a great stop in the backfield, slicing through that offensive line was number 4, Amir Lassiers, from his defensive end spot.
So good job by the defense of the Raiders Showtime, and that puts the Wolverines behind the chains, and we're gonna have a timeout.
You know, I want to finish reading off the starting defense for the Sims Raiders. You know, they run a 4-4 defense. Left outside linebacker from left to right, you got number 2, Rayvon Bryant. Inside, number 13, Eric Bowden. Number 23, Jameer Jolly. And right outside linebacker, number 26, Uriah Weber. In that secondary, you have cornerback number 1, Nicholas McCullough. You have number 21, right outside cornerback, Ronnie Taylor. And that lone safety, number 10, Quentin Augusto.
The fine defense, I must say. Sims Raiders defense finished 3rd in the bantamweight division, and points allowed, only giving up 3.9 points per game. Westside Wolverines on the offensive side finished number 1 in offense. 28.2 points a game they averaged. But on defense, they ranked first with 1.3 points per game.
Hey, John, I want to quickly talk about some keys for the Wolverines. And what they want to do this game is they want to establish the run, which they've already proved to be able to do. On defense, they want to pressure the quarterback and the running backs have good speed. They also want to protect the football and no turnovers for the game.
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Corner don't count. I don't count. So that's my only one I care about.
Flag on the play. Sound like it might be illegal participation, but no, it's
I know that, but I'm just saying,
illegal motion.
They shouldn't have been out here from the beginning. I'm coaching.
That's going to push them back right there. One of the biggest concerns for Wolverines would be containing the edge. So they want to make sure that they can contain the edge. Some of the key players for the Wolverines today is number 17, running back, right defensive end, Michael Robinson. He's a tenacious defensive player. Number 0, running back and left cornerback, John Smith Jr., who also reads the holes and follow his blocks, and he's also a shutdown corner. Number 7, quarterback, right outside linebacker, Yante Smith, who's an all-star. He's a smart kid with good speed, and he's a dual threat and a good tackler.
And we saw John Smith show his talents on that first drive, and he's finding the holes pretty well today. Not getting a chance right here so far on this drive, but it's a long pass. But the receiver, ball hits him in his hand, but not able to hold on to it as he was attempting to go to McCullough on that play.
Well, now in coverage that time, you had number 1, Nicholas McCullough, who actually was blanketed the receiver. The receiver actually had a step on him, and that was great makeup speed by McCullough, and he just got the hand up there enough to distract the receiver, who ended up dropping the ball. And here's the replay here.
I'm sorry. He was going for Foster.
Okay, he dropped back there, had great coverage, and McCullum just had enough whereabout to get there and distract the receiver, and he was draped over him. So good job by Nicholas McCullum.
So the quarterback to Foster play didn't make it. Smith to Foster didn't quite get completed. So we're looking at 3rd down now. 3rd down and about 18.
I hear something about a mouthpiece. Could this be an equipment?
Fadeaway prop equipment. Offense. Number 3. 5-yard penalty.
In this division, you don't get a warning.
Not at all. That was an equipment warning, and that was for mouthpiece. Can't play without that, John.
No, you can't. You can't. It's too dangerous. And you come home with teeth missing because you didn't have your mouthpiece in. Your mom and dad is going to have something to say to you pretty harsh.
Yeah, that's an expensive dental bill there.
Exactly. So it'll be 3rd and 25 now. Snap. Looking for somewhere to go with the football. Nowhere to go. He's playing with danger right there. They get him in the end zone.
What are they going to call?
I doubt if they give him the safety.
No, they're going to give him that forward progress. It looks like they're going to spot the ball at the 1-yard line.
So the 1-yard line, Coach Chris Parish's decision to punt the football instead of going for it on 4th down is really paid off for him. With a fine defensive effort right here, as you see, number 28 closing in on the quarterback and 55 is there to clean him up.
Yeah, number 55, defensive lineman Richard Smith III. He stayed disciplined, and once that quarterback slipped away from that initial tackler, he was there and prepared to wrap him up.
So big play there by the defensive Sims Raiders. Again, the decision to punt for the Sims Raiders on the initial possession has helped them flip the field here, and they're going to get a pretty good field position starting off in their own territory.
You know, and this is time right here to rely on, you know, your running back number 21, All-Star Ronnie Taylor.
So 2:10 left to go in the first quarter. Sims Raiders on a very short field. Will get the ball in almost red zone.
Yeah, you're right. You know, the Sims Raiders has been real successful this season in converting touchdowns and turning short fields into touchdowns. And with the ball on the 22-yard line right now, look for Sims Raiders to be real aggressive here and trying to put points on the board.
So we'll see what they have in store. The offensive coordinator has in store for Sims Raiders is Noah Blue. Is lined up at quarterback, and looks like it's going to be against Sims Raiders.
Yeah, you know, number 1, Nicholas McCullum, he got a little anxious there, got a little jumpy. You know, he wanted to execute that block, and he ended up going before the ball was snapped.
They must have called his number. As
the rain is starting to fall a little harder here, John.
yeah, it is. They got to hold on. Ball security is going to be huge. Oh, and there it is. And you got to fall on that ball. You just can't bend over and pick it up. You had the big fella, number 23, come slamming down on you. Monroe Larkin.
And,
right there.
And already the rain played a factor to this. As it started coming down harder, you had a missed exchange right there by the quarterback and the running back. He never fielded it cleanly. And when you get a wet ball, you can have that ball bouncing around that turf. But just like you alluded to, don't try to pick it up. You got to pounce on that ball and secure it.
Yeah, you got to fall on that ball. It was one of the drills that I hated most in practice and during my football career, but it had to be done because the intensity in the game nowhere mirrors the intensity in practice.
Did you go through the wet ball drill?
Oh my goodness. That thing's like trying to hold on to a pickle.
Nowhere to go.
Yep, Taylor's on the left side, and you got the entire defense of the Wolverines right there to slow them down. His big number 99, Perez, an all-star there along with a whole host of Wolverines.
You know, this drive started at the 22-yard line. Now it looks like the momentum is starting to swing into the Wolverines' favor. You know, after that drop ball, they've been going behind since.
Well, Sam started on the 25-yard line, got a couple penalties, and now they are really backed up. But they actually started on the 21-yard line. They're going the wrong direction. But they have explosive offense, and we'll see what the offensive coordinator has dialed up right here. Blue back to pass, sees a man, delivers and throws it right to a Wolverine.
Drop ball.
So that's why he's playing defensive back, folks.
And, you know, and defending in coverage that time for the Wolverines was number 3, Jaden Sorensen. He's an 8th grader out of West Park Academy. You know, you can't gift that one right there any better. It was right in his hands.
It sure was, and it looks like he was throwing it right to him. He kind of sidearmed it, and, you know, first thing he did when he got over the sideline, Jason, is he took those gloves off.
And he wished he would have had that. And if you look at him, his eyes were looking up. Mm-hmm. He's seen nothing but green in front of him, but you got to possess the ball first.
Yeah, no ball, no glory. So the Sims Raiders will punt the ball away, automatic punt rule. They advance the ball 20 yards, and Wolverines will start off with a little bit better field possession than they left in the last possession.
You know, but that was a smart play there. You know, you want to punt the ball, play the field position, and these elements, you know, you got to play field position. Don't gamble too much. And John, we are 0-0 now.
So that wraps up the first quarter of play here in this championship game at Collinwood Athletic Complex as the Westside Wolverines lead by a score of 6-0. They'll be getting the ball back. Starting on downs. when we come back.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over. When you see lights,
vests,
or reflectors,
please give us some room. Slow down and move over.
when you need us,
we've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back?
Please, slow down.
And move over.
All right, folks, and welcome back to this exciting game. Wolverines up so far 6-0 over the Sims Raiders. Showtime. Sims Raiders Showtime, again led by Chris Parish, a 2006 graduate of Euclid High School, 9 years coaching, 8 years as a head coach, and he is, yes, the grandson of the great and wonderful Sylvester Summerall. We do miss him dearly. Head coach for the Westside Wolverines, Romaine Johnson, 2004 graduate of Woodrow Wilson High School. That's in Youngstown, Ohio. 15 years as a coach and his 3rd year as a head coach. So as we get the second quarter underway, as you can see, it's raining pretty good. It rained a little harder earlier. Now it seems to be slowing up, and it's just a steady volume of rain right now.
You know, you look at the Wolverines during the playoffs, the Wolverines have put together some pretty impressive wins. First round win against the 2-1-6 Buckeyes with a score of 23-6. Second round, they knocked out Pile 6 with a score of 37-6. And they have a real balanced attack, 50% run, 50% pass. So you really never know what these guys are going to throw at you.
Yeah, and they do both of them so well. They really do. They're balanced in play calling. They're balanced in talent. The high school coaches have been following them all year long. You can see why. They definitely passed the eye test. And folks, these young men can run. They're also fine students as well. Coach D, who runs that program over on the west side, they do an excellent job of making sure these guys hit the books, that they're good citizens. They have a great turnout at practice. I mean, it almost looks like it's a game. They have so many participants in their program, and the parents just like being up there with the kids. You know, they don't just drop the kids off and keep going. They enjoy sitting around, watching the kids practice, talking with each other. Parents have become really good friends, and they have a tight-knit community. And they also have a very enthusiastic and growing cheerleading program as well.
They do, and this is another program that operates year-round. And for them, it's books over ball. You know, they do hold the kids accountable in the classroom. This is also a team that participated in our flag football during the spring. The Wolverines have been notoriously known for the power run game, and due to them participating in 7-on-7 this year, they've been able to learn a little more about the passing game. So they, you know, and that contributed big to them being able to have a more balanced attack, because, you know, in the past they were 80% run, 20% pass.
Yeah, that flag football really gives you confidence in your young people and gives them confidence in themselves to execute in the air game. First down and 10. Second possession of the game for the Wolverines. There's Smith Jr. Off to the left side. He picks up about 5.
You know, it's starting to get a little cold out here. You got a soggy field. You're starting to see guys reaching. You know, from this Raider defense, you got to lay a hat on the guy, and you got to try to stop him. And for those linebackers, you have to be more aggressive. You cannot sit back and wait for the running backs to come to you. You have to attack that line of scrimmage and stop him in his tracks.
And you see on that instant replay, number 99 pulling on that play from the right side to the left side. Man, it looked like a bus going across the screen.
Yeah, when you see 99 turning
that's
that
a lot
edge.
of young man.
Hey, you know what that's called, John, as a defender? A business decision.
Yes. Yes, it is. If you want to take him on, or you want to go high, you want to go low, I say you go low and make a pile and let your buddies make the tackle. But a pick up a 5, 2nd down and 5. Snap goes straight to Smith this time, and he takes it around the left side. He's going to get about another 15 yards right there on that run for another Wolverine first down.
You know, this Wolverines offense really does a great job of play design and getting blockers out in front. If we can see here, direct snap, he powers off to the left side. And it was more Wolverines out there than it was Raiders.
Yes, it sure was. And these guys get enthusiastic about clearing the way for their backs in the backfield, for Smith, for Henry, for Foster and Hughes. And when they touch the football, but like you said earlier, Jason, just seems like this offense is really in sync, and the play calling has just been exquisite.
And it has been. And another direct snap off that left sideline, John.
They like something over there. They see something that they really, really like, the matchup.
And John, how is it to be, you know, a skill player, whether pass catcher or runner, who has an offensive line that loves and takes joy in just blocking and clearing ways and clearing pass for you guys?
Oh, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, you can't be, you know, more blessed as a skill player to have those 6 guys up front just doing all the dirty work, you know, working hard every single play, doing their thing, moving people out of the way. And you ain't got to worry about nobody, you know, bothering you or roughing you up either, because they'll take care of that too.
They're protectors.
Yes. Yep, they'll protect you. You see the quarterback here taking up field. Oh, no, they shifted number 1, McCullough in the back. Not McCullough, I'm sorry, Foster in the backfield, and directly snapped it to him, Wildcat, and he picked up a couple yards.
You know, and that was a better effort by the Sims Raiders Showtime defense. As you can see, flashing, you had Ronnie Taylor who strung it out, forced him back inside. He tried to bounce back outside, but number 23, Ronnie Taylor, was there, along with number 10, Quentin Augusto.
Yeah, that guy Weber, he showed a flash in that on that play as well. As you see the offensive line there for the Westside Wolverines, folks, I'm telling you, they're bigger than some freshman teams. So, and they're a good group of kids too. Little wedge play right up the middle, and that's number 5 on the carry for Westside Wolverines. They snuck one in there, the left tackle, Jaden Sorensen.
Man, he took that ball and he went straight ahead rumbling. That's called downhill running.
Yes, it is. And just a good job right there, just getting some push. Everybody getting pushed. He's got a couple players in front of him. He know he doesn't touch the ball often, Jason, so he's trying to make the most of it. He just mauled number 1
and that
there.
was real Derrick Henry-ish right there. He put that stiff arm out there on Nicholas McCullum, and he said, young man, take this ride.
Look at that. Offensive line and middle linebacker, number 5, Jaden Sorensen. Nobody said they were going to put him in the backfield. That's not fair. Now we got Smith Jr. at tight end. And directly snapped it. The quarterback gets it this time, went inside, bounces back outside, and gets hog-tied by number 13 as he brought him down like a cowboy, bringing down a steer.
Yeah, and that was number 13, linebacker Eric Bowden making that tackle. You know, and that was a great job of hanging on, because that could have went for 6 right there if he didn't.
Yeah, Smith did an excellent job of following his blockers, and good job by that offensive line. I mean, nobody wants anything to do with Perez.
You know, and these Wolverines ball carriers is great vision. You see a lot of cutback plays and then just, you know, that's designed and it's non-designed. These guys just have their eyes downfield. They know they got guys out there blocking in front of them, and they're just reading the tails of these linemen making cuts.
Yeah, at this point in these young men's careers in Muny football, they really, really have a high football IQ. As the big fella gets the football again, and he just smashes his way into the end zone. Good job there by Salmon as he took the Wildcat snap in for 6.
Yeah, they remembered that first carry. And, you know, you had linebackers backpedaling. You don't want to backpedal down there. You want to be aggressive and attack.
Yep. That's too close to the goal line. So the second score today, and as many times as they possess the ball for the Wolverines, they take a 12-0 lead, and we'll see the extra point try here as you see Big 99 lining up in the backfield now.
Oh, you know what? I haven't seen this all year.
And he gets the snap, Wildcat, and he just barrels his way into the end zone as he flexes with the football.
Hey, you know what, John? If I was playing John Madden and I was in creative player mode, 99 would be my starting fullback.
Now that's very Derrick Henry-like. And he's excited as Perez. I don't know if that's his first score of the year, but he looked good on that one. They weren't using it before. They should have been.
You know, seeing quite a bit from this team, and after seeing them all year long, that was the first time I seen him line up in the backfield. So that was definitely a new wrinkle for them today.
As we keep it right here, right by here at Collinwood Athletic Complex, as you take a look at the Westside Wolverine cheerleaders, they have their rain gear on out here, and they have plenty to cheer about as they cheer for their fighting Wolverines in this championship game against the Sims Raiders Showtime.
And when you talk about strength in numbers, the Westside Wolverines, their cheerleading squad is the size and numbers of some football teams.
And that's just a beautiful thing. I mean, just a wonderful community over there on the west side. I already mentioned some of their pluses, and they're growing every day. Good job, D. You and your wife do an excellent job. Keep up the good work. Pass, off target right there. Blue trying to hit McCullough. Not able to connect, though. Second down and 10. Take a look at the offense of the Raiders.
You know, the Sims Raiders offense, they got to get things going here. You know it's wet. The rain it's still coming down, but it did ease up a little bit. You know, they're most successful when they can get their running backs on the edge. They got to find a way to hook these Wolverines defensive ends. You know, and so far it's been no misdirection, and that's definitely something they have in their arsenal.
Blue gets the ball, takes the snap, turns and gives, and immediately brought down by number 7.
Yeah, that's number 7, Yante Smith on there.
Yeah,
you know, you got to find a way to stop these guys. It was immediate pressure in the backfield. Quarterback turns hands off, and Ronnie Taylor has nowhere to go. He's met in the backfield.
Just a good job by Smith creeping up to the line of scrimmage. He's playing right outside linebacker, but he creeped up, he sniffed that out early, and he was able to get up in there.
You know, right now the Wolverines are just so much more aggressive right now at the point of contact.
Yeah, they sure are. Blue, ball's on the ground, and Blue wouldn't jump on it. He just looked at it. He's got to get on that. He got the ball back, though, somehow.
Sorted it out.
He got to fall on that ball, Blue.
Yeah, it's a wet ball. It's going to squirt around down there. Yeah, you got to save that possession by trying to get down there on it. And it's a wet ball. And the shotgun, the ball is going to move around. Everything is not going to be perfect. And 17 had the first stab at it, but it squirted it out from him.
You can see the ball it never did get airborne. It just rolled right on the ground. And Sims will punt the ball if that was third down, and the Wolverines will take over for their third possession with 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go here in the first half.
And it looks like they're going to be around the 45-yard line. So they'll have decent field position to start this next drive.
They'll have excellent field position, starting in their own territory. A little bit about Sims Raiders. They were founded in 1960, or in the 60s, I'm sorry, by Sylvester Summerall. A very, very, very honored and respected member of the coaching profession here in Cleveland Muny football, still looked up to by many.
Yeah, most definitely. Some of the notable alumni for the Sims Raiders. You know, as 14-year NFL vet, newly retired Ted Yin Jr., Super Bowl champion Brandon Childress, Greg Pruitt Jr., and Frank Edmonds.
Yeah, some fine young men, very fine young men, and great at what they do. As you see, Michael Robinson here taking the handoff and going around the left side, not picking up much. As a matter of fact, he lost about 3 yards, and this will be 2nd and 13.
You know, that was a great job of pursuing the ball on that play by the Sims Raiders defense. And that's the aggression you need from the defense. You want to start putting them into some of these 2nd and long, 3rd and long situations.
I'm sorry, 2nd and 7. He picked up about 3 yards.
Okay.
Handoff to the one to end.
Oh, wow.
And look at that convoy. Holy mackerel. Where was the defensive end on the left side? Where was the defensive end on the left side for the Sims Raiders? They got down here, Amir Legiers is supposed to be over there, but I didn't see him.
I didn't see a Raider in sight. Once again, great play call and a convoy of blockers out there. It seems like every play, it's 4 and 5 Wolverines to 1, and in this case, 0 Raiders.
Just Randall Henry just doing an excellent job carrying the football, has it in the right hand, takes it in for the score, and you better believe he's going to remember that touchdown for the rest of his life, scoring in the championship game and on this Bantam division.
Most definitely. Hey, and Randall, his favorite player is Deion Sanders.
Oh, he's going back a little bit. Okay, the other big fella. The other big fella gets the ball and gets his strip. But right there, Johnny on the spot is Smith, who was able to corral it. John Smith just went down with the ball, and the Raiders will get the touchdown, but not the extra point. And that brings us to 1:42 to go in the first half of the Bantamweight Championship game, with the Westside Wolverines leading the Sims Raiders Showtime 19 to nothing. I'm sorry, 19 to nothing.
You know, and that was a real important stop on that extra point attempt, because under our rules, we do institute a running clock after a 3-touchdown or 20-score lead or 20-point lead, and that goes into effect in the second half. So it wouldn't be affected in the first half, but second half, if you're down by 20 points, a running clock is instituted.
So we'll be at that point when we start up in the second half, unless Showtime can get on the board before we go into the half. At halftime, we will have the head coaches for Sims Raiders and Westside Wolverines. That will be Chris Parish and Raymond Johnson.
And we also have a special guest coming up at halftime, Coach Omar Williams of the Ohio Elite Seminoles, to talk about track.
Omar, first season as a coordinator and owner of his own organization. And we don't have a whistle.
There it is, late whistle.
I guess they're always waiting on each other to call it. They stopped his forward progress, so they'll put the ball there. 1:33 left to go in this half. So if you think your eyes are deceiving you folks, nope, they're not. We have 5 referees on the field for this game. So we should see everything that's going on. But hey, pretty good mistake-free game so far.
It has been. You know, it hasn't been not a lot of penalties in this game. You know, pretty clean. The only thing that's affecting this game right now is the weather. You know, the rain. We've seen a few balls hit the ground. We've seen some mishandling on the snaps. You know, and both of these teams do well through the air, but just due to the elements today, it's hard to put that ball in the air.
Yeah, that's why you don't want to get down by too big of a score. Sims has got to try to get on the board right here. Okay, got a penalty on the play. Face mask. And as soon as we talk about a pretty clean game, we get a penalty. Ain't that something? It's funny how that happens.
You know, and that right there, that definitely helped Sims Raiders right there, because they were backed up a little bit.
Yes,
so
it did.
That
Yes,
clears
it
some space.
So first down. Wolverines up 19 to nothing. 1:20 to go in the ball in the first half.
She's going with a trip set right here to the left side.
Blue at quarterback. Florida. Showtime. He gets the snap. He looks to the left. He throws it out left. He's got a man. He's open. He's caught the football. And there he goes. That McCullough?
That's number 1, Nicholas McCullum.
All right, McCullough. Way to come back and make up.
You know, great way to catch that ball there. You know, felt like, well, you know, 50-second seconds. You know, the clock is stopped to reset the chains. But if you look at this replay here, you get the ball out there. And I sensed that you had a screen pass coming with that trip set. And they actually had the Wolverines outnumbered on that play. Great job of cutting it back inside to pick up more yards by McCullum.
As we just ran a play and very few yards. As a matter of fact, it's very little gain, maybe a yard. Was picked up on the play.
We have a penalty. The time still ticking. I don't know if the referee signaled to stop the clock, but it's still ticking.
As flag on the play.
I'm not sure what the penalty is, John.
I'm not either. I didn't see the flag until late. Looked like it was dropped on this side of the field, which means that would have been referee Ed Washington.
Substitution. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat. First down.
Illegal substitution on the defense.
Yep.
Okay, so we got 36 seconds back on the clock.
And we had, I want to say there was too many people on the field. And they didn't get off in time.
Now it looks like the Wolverines are starting out in sort of a prevent defense. They got three defenders back deep. We're going to bring that left corner back up a little bit. Got the linebackers at depth of about 7 to 8 yards. They're going to defend against the pass here.
But like you said, Wolverines have scouted them pretty good. They know they're not afraid to throw the football. They don't care no matter what weather it is. Sims will put the ball in the air. You take a look at that young man's tape coming unraveled from his shoe. I'm pretty sure he'll fix that during his timeout as he's attempting to do so. That's Smith Jr., the fine running back for the Wolverines. He seems to have run right out of his tape.
Yeah, and this matchup it's a matchup of both #1 seeds in each respective conference. The Westside Wolverines, champions of the American Conference, and Sims Raiders, champions of the National Conference. So 2 true #1s going head-to-head at it.
You take a look at this Bantam division and what it all means to Muny football and to the community in which they reside. Great activity, keeps guys off the streets, young men and young women, gives them something positive to do. And it also gives them another, let's say like a caretaker, another person in their village to help them navigate through the tough times of being a preteen going into teenage years.
And most definitely, you know, the coaching staff at this age level is an extension of parents, an extension of the father in the household or the uncle. And in some cases, they may serve as that father figure to these kids. So it's real pivotal that these kids stay involved in football at this age.
Yeah, folks, a lot of these parents rely on the coach to be a caretaker and help go up to the schools to discipline these kids too, or help them out. As you see right there, Sims keeps it on the ground for this last play of the first half.
You know, I picked up some of that audio. I heard Coach Chris Parish yelling peanut butter. That's their no huddle offense call. Not sure if he's going to get this play off or not.
Nope. He's not.
Well, we're at 0-0 again.
So the first half is in the books. It is championship bantamweight game. And we'll be joined shortly by one of the coaches for Sims Raiders or Westside Wolverines. Looks like we're going to start off with the Westside Wolverines as he makes his way over to the sideline. We'll be talking to Coach Ramon Johnson. As he approaches and he gets all hooked up, you can see the weather. Look like it's raining a little bit harder now. Get Coach all set up. Coach, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, Coach, great first half, 3 touchdown lead. Love the play calling. You guys and your coaching staff, you guys came ready to play.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Talk to me about how you're happy with the first half.
Yes, my plan was to come out here and run the ball, and we've been very successful. Of course, rain coming down, so it's going to be hard to throw the ball, so we just going to keep pounding the ball and stay accord.
Hey, Coach Mook, Jason Dunn, director. Hey, one thing that really stood out today is the designs of the play call and the fact that on all of these outside runs, you seem to have the Sims Raiders outnumbered. It's usually 4 and 5 blockers out there to just 2 defenders. How are you guys able to get that off?
Man, for real, Jason, man, them guys moving, man. Like I said, it's cold and slippery and raining. They lightweight shocking me the way they moving, man. I guess you could say they want it better than now.
And you guys are definitely winning the point of contact right now. So, hey, congratulations with the first half, and best of luck in that second half.
Thank you, Coach.
Coach Ramon Johnson of the Westside Wolverines with a great start to this ball game as we head into halftime. Now we're going to be joined by one of the coordinators of Cleveland Muny football organization that's on the southeast side of we're going to go straight down to Chris Parish. We're going to go down to Chris Parish first, folks, and we'll talk to him. Chris? Yeah, hey, tough first half. You guys found some success. You had some successful plays, but just couldn't put together a string of plays to get into the end zone.
Yeah, and you hit it right there. We just trying to put a successful drive together. Once we can get the offense rolling, then the defense will follow. So, our kids just got to knuckle up and push through. We didn't been down like this before. So, we just trying to get a good push and get that momentum back.
Hey, Coach Chris, Jason Dunn here, director. Hey, it seems like at the point of contact and on the front line, the Wolverines are a little more aggressive than you guys. Linebackers are not filling the holes like they should be, and it's always more blockers out there in front. What adjustment do you need to make in the second half to slow this run game down from the Wolverines?
Pretty much what we're looking at is heart. Our dude's not coming up. It's heart. We got the guys in the right gaps, but they got to come up and fill them gaps. So pretty much we coaching that right now, telling them guys not lay down, just push through. So if they grab their heart and come with it, we should be able to come back. So it's just heart.
Hey, well said, Coach. Hey, good luck on the second half, and we'll see you guys at the end of this game.
And we want to thank Coach Chris Parish for joining us. Chris doing a fine job over there with the Sims Raiders Showtime. Now, we're going to be joined by the coordinator of a Southeast organization, the Ohio Elite Seminoles, Omar Williams. Omar, how you doing today? Thanks for joining us.
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Talk to us about your program over there in the John F. Kennedy area, what you're doing during the off season to help keep kids active and bring them into the fold.
Well, right now, we're just trying to get the Ward 1 community to get behind the program. We're in that Lee Harvard area. I've been having great conversations with Councilman Jones, and we got some good things planned. Right now, since the season has ended, we actually have moved our kids over to wrestling, and we got a handful of them that are playing basketball.
And this is not just for your organization, right? This is for any kid that wants to participate, correct?
Yeah. Wrestling is open to any kid in the city that wants to come. We kind of partner with Benedictine High School. Their head wrestling coach, David Armstrong, he's actually a Collinwood grad, D1 wrestler, Olympic wrestler, great guy, great coach. He heads up our wrestling program. and we're in our third year right now of wrestling.
Talk about the different weight divisions that you have available in wrestling.
Yeah, we start at age 5, and the weight limits are from like 40 pounds all the way up to 150, 175.
And some of the things that you can see, the young men and young ladies too, that the benefits that they have been able to get from the wrestling program.
Well, one of the issues we have in Cleveland in our high schools is that we don't have kids wrestling anymore. So just getting that exposure early and getting them to understand that this is a viable option for high school and college scholarships. So we want to keep our kids through the winter with something active, keep them in tremendous shape, and everything in wrestling translates to football anyway. Mm-hmm. So it's just building that habit at a young age that you go from football to wrestling, then on to track.
And you said you had basketball as well.
Yeah, we're working on basketball with the new rec. Right now, one of my coaches, Coach Raymond Petaway, Ray been around for a long time. He actually does a basketball program, so a lot of our kids went over there with him. But we are working on putting together a program at the new JFK rec.
And it's a beautiful facility over there. Good luck to you in that program. How do they get in touch with you, Omar?
They can go on the website, ohioelite.org, www.ohioelite.org. They can get the contact information. They can register for football, wrestling, or track there. Our track program, actually, we run out of Villa Angela St. Joe's, but we're looking to move track to a second location at John F. Kennedy High School as well.
Great. That way you have both sides of the city covered, correct?
Yep. We'll have the north side and the south side covered. And same thing with wrestling. We don't have kids running track anymore. And these are things that translates directly to football. Everybody's been so amazed by Derrick Henry's performance the last few weeks in the NFL, but Derrick Henry is a track runner, a track sprinter, I should say. And kids don't understand that. They emulate everything that these athletes do except for the important stuff. The academic point, the eating right, and playing other sports and being active, especially in track.
Yeah, those are the things that they don't see, but this program will help you bring that to their attention and show them how to do it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And we start track off. Actually, my daughter, my 2-year-old, she ran track this summer.
Wow.
Yeah, she ran the 200, the 100, and the 60.
I'll be doggone. You got to go in the right direction?
Oh, she know where to go.
She go.
She know where to go, and she stay in her lane.
All right.
So we start track off early. Generally it's 5 years old, but we have some 2, 3, and 4-year-olds out there. And as long as we can, keep their attention, we shorten practice for them, and they get a chance to go out there and run in front of big crowds.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, folks. So, Omar, give them the information again where they can contact you so they can get their kids in those great programs.
Yeah, it's www.ohioeliteathletics.org. You can email me at coachomarwilliams@gmail.com, and we're also on Instagram. So all you got to do is Google Ohio Elite and we'll pop up.
All right.
Well, Ohio Elite Athletics, because there's an Ohio Elite baseball program.
Okay, so
yeah.
You got to distinguish those things.
Yeah, you got to put the athletics in there.
Well, thanks for joining us, Coach. Good luck with that program. We'll be watching, and we'll see you next season.
Yeah, we'll see you next season, flag football.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, my man, Omar Williams, the owner and coordinator of the Ohio Elite Seminoles, located in the Lee Harvard area in Cleveland, Ohio, adding track and wrestling to his programs for boys and girls, people, for boys and girls. So, folks, if you're looking for something positive for your kids to be involved in, you want them to develop those kind of skills, believe me, wrestling translates easily over into football with balance, strength, coordination. Some of your best football players sitting down there in Canton Hall of Fame were great wrestlers. Yeah,
that was a great interview, John. And, you look at it with football, all of your great athletes, they excel in multiple sports, not just one. The colleges, when they look at kids to recruit, they don't always ask you, what type of football player are you? What type of track runner are you? What type of basketball player? What type of wrestler are you? Because, there's intangibles that you get from other sports that translate to football. and vice versa. So in high school, you were heavily recruited. You played at the highest levels of football. Did you only play football, or did you do other things as well?
I ran track, or I didn't run. I was field event. Made it down the states in the discus. Didn't turn out the way I wanted to, but it was a great experience just performing in front of people. Played basketball, and my first 2 years at Benedictine, I played baseball. So yeah, I had a good time. Stayed busy. First play from scrimmage, a little bit of mix-up in the backfield as Coach Parish, you can hear him screaming, that's not even a play.
and that tackle was made by number 17, Michael Robinson. And hey, just a few stats from the first half. After we see this replay here,
all right.
It was definitely a mix-up. The quarterback kept the ball. It was supposed to be a handoff to number 21. Ronnie Taylor.
Left Blue hanging.
Yeah, just left him hanging out there. But in the first half, we had 4 first downs apiece by both teams. We had 9 total plays run by Sims Raiders. Both teams completed 1 pass.
Taylor getting gang tackle right there. No help at all.
Yeah, none at all. The offensive line left, now it's time, left Ronnie hanging out. Ronnie Taylor hanging out to dry. His helmet comes off, which means he's got to come out the game for a play. Just a handoff there, and number 17 flashed first, and he allowed for number 26 to go out there and clean up the play.
Yeah, that was Michael Robinson, who did an excellent job of stoning his man at the line of scrimmage. That gave that running back nowhere to go, and so the cavalry came up and cleaned him up for a loss on the play of about 2 yards. So it'll be 3rd down and 12, 11 and a half or 12, as Blue is in the pistol, surrounded by his running back. Running back shifts over to the right. He gives it to the little guy, number 12, and he is hit hard right there. The ball carrier was Jaleel Perry's, and he tried it on the left side, and he got nailed.
Yeah, again, we definitely heard some pad thumbing down on that run.
Yeah. We got a player that needs to be looked at as Perez leaves, but it looks like number 20, as he was heading off the field, he was working with his knee, but he seems to be all right now, as that was 3rd down. An automatic punt rule comes into play as the ball is advanced 20 yards. There'll be a 15-second runoff on the clock, and the Wolverines will take over with their initial possession on offense here in the second half.
Like Coach Chris Parish said at halftime, he wanted to see his team play with a little more heart this half. Backs against the wall, down 19 points going into the second half. All he wanted to see is maximum effort and heart from this team right now.
Chris, a very talented young man, grew up in the household and under the shadow of his grandfather, Sylvester Summerall. Mr. Summerall's daughter's son is Chris, and as the years go by, he's starting to look more and more like his grandfather.
He is, and I'm sure his
personality especially.
Oh, the personality is definitely matched. And I'm sure he's proud of the job that Chris is doing with the program and carrying on his legacy.
Yes, I'm sure Mr. Summerall is looking down very proud of what his grandson is doing.
Do not go over there!
And that was number 1, Ray John Foster on that last carry.
They can get the ball to anybody in that Wildcat, can't they?
Yeah, man, they got so many talented runners, and honestly, that Wildcat set for the Wolverines, which is known for them as beast mode, that's a base set for them, and it's interchangeable. They can just plug and play and put anyone back there because they got the offensive line to do it.
Yeah. When you got an offensive line like that one, it does make your job a lot easier, and your running backs, they just give maximum effort, knowing that they can break one at any time. 2nd and 11. They bubbled him back. Great job by the defense. Look at all 11, 10, at least 10 hats
10 hats, and that's the
That
effort
ball.
right there, and that's the effort that Coach Chris is looking for. You know, you had defense swarming to the ball that time, and they played with great technique, actually scraping down the line of scrimmage. As we can see from this replay here, another one of those wildcat runs. He came to the left. You had guys in the backfield.
Yeah.
They pursued. They didn't give up on the play, and they were all fighting off of blockers and trying to get that stop.
Yeah, the offensive line of the Wolverines just standing around on that play. You don't see that too often as the Wolverines take a timeout right now. And next week, we'll be watching the All-Star games in the Cleveland Muny football. The programming schedule, which one will be shown first, I don't quite know, but I'm guessing it'll be the little guys, the termites, and then we'll go to juniors and Pee-wee, and then we'll see the best of the best in this division right here in the Bantams.
You know, the biggest and the brightest stars of the Muny Football League. And this year's All-Star game, we have a total of 5, and we're playing against a different conference this year. You know, in the Termite Junior Pee-wee division, we're playing against the North Coast Conference, 12U and 14U, Cleveland versus Columbus.
There's a big play right there at number 26. That's Randall Henry. He had a big play in the first half. It's just a beautiful stride on that young man as he glides upfield. He got to the second level so quick.
Yeah, you know, he got behind that big offensive line again. And, you know, that offensive line, they just pull everywhere. You see number 5 out there leading the way. And out being a big run, number 13, Eric Bowden from the Sims Raiders never gave up on the play, and he made that stop. That could have been 6.
Yeah, good job by Eric Bowden on that play, as he's one of the standouts for this Raiders Showtime team. Direct snap right there to number 5, the big offensive lineman, as he rumbles down to about the 20-yard line. Now they're knocking on that red zone door once again. That was Jaden Sorensen on the run.
Yeah, Jaden Sorensen's downhill physical runner. And, the later we get into this game, players like him really can show what they can do, because you're tiring the defense down. He's coming with a physical presence. And there you go again, John.
Yep, somebody's going to get a fine football player on the next level, as Salmon takes it down again, lessening the chance of making a mistake in this wet weather today. They're going to keep it on the ground like Coach told us at halftime and pound it out.
And, you look at this Wolverines offense, very balanced attack, but it's also a safe, running game where you don't see too many balls hitting the ground. They know how to execute, they know where they're going, and they've put a lot of time into doing this.
They're very confident, this team, that they put it up in the air and wide open. He had 3 men open. 3 men open for the touchdown. That's number 28 on that reception right there. Another weapon.
Yep, number 28, Davion Hughes.
Yeah.
And Davion Hughes, his favorite team is the Browns, with favorite player, Odell Beckham Jr.
ODB. ODB.
Is that a flag on the play?
Yep, we got a flag on the play. It looks like it might have happened while he was running the ball.
Hold up, we don't have points on the scoreboard just yet.
It looks like it's going to be against Sims. They're talking to the Wolverines coach. Ralph Carter, referee. It's illegal participation.
That's what it's looking like. That's the initial, the sign is coming from referee Bruce Hill.
You say Bruce is the doctor and Ralph is the professor. Illegal formation.
That's on offense. So those points are coming off the board, and that play is coming back.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's second down and about 6. Wolverines in the red zone again. First time in the second half. Snap. Handoff. Touchdown. just like that.
Untouched, easy work. Backside guard, backside tackle, pulled around to the left. He got a personal escort to the end zone for 6.
Great job by John Smith Jr. and also his quarterback, Yante. Just like you said, clean handoff, big hole, downhill. And nobody around, nobody touched it.
And look how well the receivers blocked down the field. You know, hey, John, I would believe that at practice, they got a 2-hour practice. They probably worked on blocking for an hour and a half.
It sure looked like it here today, and it's worked out well for them, too. Because that puts them up to a 26-0 lead. And there'll be a running clock for the rest of the game unless Sims can. And the big fella, Perez, able to get in the end zone. I thought he was going to go down about the...
Oh, it's no good. Oh. His knee hit before the ball crossed.
His knee hit before the ball crossed. Wow.
And that's the ruling from the official, from the side judge.
You know what that means? That means stick to playing offensive line, young man. You got to have those skills to keep those knees off the ground. We're going to take another look at it right here as he starts to fall forward. Knee is down. Ball is not across the line of scrimmage.
No,
not across the goal line.
Yeah, right there. Knee is down. Yeah, the ball didn't cross yet. That was a great call by the official there.
Yes, it was. I had him in.
You know, and we have the luxury of seeing the play 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, and that's Ed Washington. He's almost about to raise his hands up, but he saw something that nobody else saw. He saw that knee hit the ground at the half-inch line, and the ball was not in the end zone, so he waved it off, and as we saw in the instant replay, that was the right call.
Yes, it was. Yes, indeed.
So again, like I said, running clock from now on unless Showtime scores, as right now they are scoreless as the Wolverines are up 26-0.
You know, we have a timeout by the defense here. You know, for some of these kids, this is their final game ever in Muny football. You know, some of them come up as termites. They've been with their programs for 6-7 years. And, you know, this experience of coming up through youth football, through Muny football, is something that they'll cherish forever. You know, you talk to a lot of the alumni, you know, they always go back to stories they had, the good times of Muny football. And, you know, at this level right here, it's all about the experience. You want to get a kid, you know, the best experience possible because these are lifelong memories for them.
Yes, and they build relationships for a lifetime as well. The coaches on the staff, some of them are heroes to these young men, and they never leave their contact list in their phones. These coaches text them while they're in high school. They text the coaches, hey, I'm playing field hockey, or I'm playing soccer. Can you come to my game? They send each other pictures of how they're performing, even, you know, and keep them abreast of what they're doing socially and academically. So the community, the small communities that we have in Muny football is the foundation of Cleveland Muny football. And we have a lot of great stories. Folks, you hear about the kids who make it in the sport of football, but believe me, we have some very, very bright kids in all kind of areas, academic areas, science, math, English, business, the trades. We're putting kids in the trades program if they're interested, because we know everybody's not made for college. And there's a great opportunities to make a very good living out there using your mind and your hands, working in electricity or electrical work or carpentry work. And it is very beneficial to the families and the individuals. As the ball squirts through the hands of Blue on that fine snap, Blue just, I guess, took his eyes off the ball and went right through his hands, but he's able to get back on it. Yeah, and it's been a steady rain all day. And for some reason, it seems like the Raiders are the only ones mishandling the ball in this rain. So those wet ball drills you talked about doing in high school, I'm pretty sure that's something that the Wolverines probably have in their practice plans. And you know what made it even worse, the wet ball drill? They did it with the kicking balls. And if you ever notice the kicking balls, they're always slick, they're always smooth. And the punters and kickers, they only use their balls. So they go get their balls.
That's sacred to them.
And wet it. And they're pissed because they're not kicking that ball the rest of the day. And wet it. And we got to go through a wet ball, slick wet ball drill. But Coach Augie Basu knew what he was doing. Is we tasted victory a lot more times than we tasted defeats, and I enjoyed being coached by him tremendously as we come to the end of the third quarter of the 2021 Bantam football division in Cleveland Muny football at Collinwood Athletic Complex. Let's take a few minutes to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Young brother, if you pick up this to settle a petty dispute or beef over a girl or perceived diss or territory, there are only two places you will end up. Either in a 6 by 8 foot hellhole known as a prison cell, or here in the cemetery, in an even smaller kind of box, a coffin. We don't need another tombstone, street corner shrine, vigil, or mother in tears wailing about how the son she loved died alone in a hail of bullets on a cold, dark city street. We've had more than enough of that. What we do need, however, are more young men who go on to become business owners, doctors, lawyers, and teachers. More young men who live long enough to become great fathers and grandfathers. Knowing how to load and cock a pistol and pull a trigger doesn't make you a man. So don't settle your arguments with a gun. Talk it out. Don't shoot it out. We give a damn about you. Your life matters.
And we're back, folks, for the start of the fourth quarter. Sims Raiders has the football. Blue gets the snap, and he gives it to number 1 on that play as he goes down hard, McCullough. So that brings up third down and about 7. Sims not having too much success on offense today. As head coach Chris Parish wants to see a little bit more heart here in the second half. So far, it has not happened. We had some flashes of brilliance, but they just can't seem to stay consistent, Jason.
No, they can't. And this is a very, very talented Sims Raiders team. And that speaks volume for how much talent is on the other side of the ball with the Westside Wolverines. So just two talented programs going at it. The Wolverines, today, they were the better team.
Yes, they are the better team today so far. Time is running out on Sims as Amir Lasiers did a good job of taking the handoff off on the right-hand side. It's fourth down, so they will use this fourth down. It was a small pickup of about 2, maybe 1. And on fourth down, they're going to go for it. So not quite sure. They're going to get in the huddle, call the play again, make sure everybody's on the same page. See number 13 running out there to the wide receiver position, Eric Bolden, with the cast on his hand. Oh no, a busted play on fourth down? Oh no.
And immediate penetration from the defense.
That is not good.
And getting in the backfield that time was number 22, Antonio Parkinson. And he was back there the minute the quarterback reverse pivoted out, and he turned, and right there, he defeated the block. There was no chance at all for that play to be successful.
Yeah, it looked like Quentin Augusto was trying to block him on that play. I saw him chasing him, but just a good job right there by was that Andrew Gordon on that play?
Yeah, it was Gordon on that play.
Who made that tackle. Andrew, a Rhodes student. His favorite players is Jarvis Landry. And favorite team is the Cleveland Browns. So he's mirroring their colors, playing for the Wolverines, and did a fine job on that play. As you're going to hear some names that you haven't heard in the beginning of the game because they're doing some substitutions to get all these guys in here, especially those who are in their last years of Muny football.
Yes, they are. And John, I want to take time to thank some of our volunteers this year and some of our coordinators, Westside Wolverines, Damian Johnson, Pile 6 Red Dogs, Coach KP, Kevin Penn, 216 Buckeyes, John Banks, Impact Youth Bearcats, Sean Austin, George Monroe, Mike Monroe, Maple Heights Saints, Terrence Pollard. We have another play run right here.
Yeah, a convoy over there for it. As the ball carrier, number 28 is Davion Hughes again. Successful run and advances the chains. And the Wolverines will hold on to this ball for another series as the clock continues to tick.
Ohio League Seminoles, we heard from him earlier, Coach Omar Williams, Umoja Jaguars, Tony Cummins, Sims Raiders Showtime, Chris Parish, the Renegades, Coach Mike from the Garden Valley Falcons, Coach Danny Solomon, Southside Seahawks, Lawrence Dune, Slavic Village Bears, Monolito Abernathy, Collinwood Cobras, Darnell Banks, East 88th Street Browns, Fred Baker, Novagard Bulldogs, Rob Taylor.
All those men do a fine job. Oh, touchdown.
And he wanted that a little more than Mr. Taylor did. That ball hung in the air, and number 28, Davion Hughes, he was not going to be denied, and he came down with the 50-50 ball.
Yes, he did. An excellent job by Hughes as he beat the running back, beat the defensive back pretty bad on that play, and was able to snatch the ball away from him out of the air.
And that right there, that just showed the determination right there. That ball hung in the air, and the offensive player or the defender, they both had, equal right for that ball.
Yeah.
The offensive guy wanted to do a little more. He wanted to hear his name called. He wanted to see the touchdown on television.
Well, it looked like Ronnie Taylor on that play didn't even know he was back there. He thought he was the only one. I don't know why he thought that. I guess he didn't see Davion run past him. But excellent job by Davion. 2 big plays on that drive, including that scoring catch right there in the end zone for the Wolverines. So they'll line it up for the extra point. As number 13, Jeremiah Turner, is out there as he turned the corner, but couldn't quite get there.
No, couldn't get there, and that was a good job of the Raiders stopping that extra point. And at this point in the game, you'll take those moral victories. And
yep, we'll take those more. We want to take those moral victories, that effort. As you take a look at the touchdown pass right here, I know we don't see the receiving combination. We take a look at the quarterback as he winds up and puts it up in the air for the give him a chance to catch the football, and just a fine effort, Hughes.
Yeah, and you had 3 Raiders back there, and like you said, Ronnie Taylor thought he was the only one back there, and he just got behind Ronnie and took the ball.
Yeah, he had no idea. I think he would have went for it a lot harder. He had possession.
And the quarterback did a great job of climbing back in the pocket because he did have pressure coming off the edge. He set up his blocker and he stepped back up into that throw. So that was good fundamentals and techniques and good throw by the quarterback there. That was number 7, Yante Smith.
Yeah, Yante Smith's having a bang year this year. A year he will never forget in Cleveland Muny football. Yante is a 8th grader, so this is his last year in Cleveland Muny football. A Metro Catholic student. Favorite player is Michael Vick, and he's a fan of the Chiefs. So
he's wearing number 7 just like his favorite player.
He sure is. He's playing the part really well. Completed pass by Sims Raiders quarterback Blue as he gets it out to McCullough, number 1. McCullough takes a hard hit in the back, but is able to advance the ball up.
Yeah, then securing that tackle on the play was middle linebacker number 14, Tyrone Moses Jr. for the Westside Wolverines.
And he was not able to get the first down.
And there is a flag on the play as well, as we can see the Wolverines are starting to celebrate on that sideline as the clock ticks down.
Yep, the clock is ticking down as the running clock in the half, in the second half, all second half because of the deficit. And that'll do it.
And that's the ball game.
As the Bantamweight Division champions for the 2021 season is going to be the Westside Wolverines with a final score of 33-0 over the Sims Raiders Showtime.
And John, this is something that the Wolverines had, this was a goal for them all season. They wanted to be playing in October. They wanted to be playing in the city championship. This is something that they wanted. They worked hard for it, and the end game was a 2021 championship in the Bantamweight division for them.
Yep, it was an excellent job by that offensive line, Jason. Just a great job by offensive line. They opened up the entire playbook for the Westside Wolverine coaches, and the players executed it just right. And even though the weather wasn't the best, they were able to execute with big plays. Hughes, Smith, the quarterback, Smith Jr., the running back, Foster, and Michael Robinson. So congratulations to Coach D and his organization. Congratulations to that coaching staff of the Wolverines.
Most definitely.
So, Coach Johnson, Terrell Smith, Brandon Kilpatrick, David Hagenbarth, Aaron Dancy Sr., Scandalin Sharp, and Lakeith Walls. Congratulations, guys. Excellent job. We'll be right back with Jason Dunn, the director of Cleveland Muny Football, down on the field for the awards ceremony right after this.
Need food? We can help. The Greater Cleveland Food Bank's Benefits Outreach Department works within the community to help individuals locate food and apply for SNAP and other public benefits. Weekdays, our help center accepts phone calls from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and walk-ins from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 216-738-2067 or stop in our facility at 15500 South Waterloo Road. Our benefits outreach counselors are out in the community every day assisting with benefit enrollment and connecting the community to vital resources. Keep your eye out for our food truck, providing free, fresh produce and SNAP enrollment in the community. For more information, visit www.greaterclevelandfoodbank.org/gethelp.
Until all our daughters are safe. Until all our children have families. Until all our families have homes. Until all our parents are cared for. We'll be here.
Hey, this is Jason Dunn, director of the Cleveland Muny Football League, at the conclusion of the 2021 Bantamweight Championship game. Today's game featured the Sims Raiders Showtime and the Westside Wolverines. So as we start off the post-game award ceremony, I would like to first welcome up our defensive player of the game from the Sims Raiders Showtime, number 13, inside linebacker with 6 tackles on the day, Eric Bowden. Eric Bowden, you can join me up here. Man, so Eric Bowden cashed up. Bowden, hey, cashed up. You went out there and you gave a really resilient effort. You played from the opening whistle to the final whistle. You never gave up. You kept your team in there, and you gave hope to the program. Let's talk about your preparation for today's championship.
I don't know. I just wasn't trying to. I wasn't trying to let go until the clock said 0, and I just fought.
You know, and the one thing Coach Chris talked about as halftime was he just wants you guys to play with heart. You definitely play with heart, and you showed that today. So for your efforts today, you are the 2021 Defensive Player of the Game. Congratulations. So now I want to bring up head coach of the Sims Raiders, Showtime, Chris Parish. Hey, first off, congratulations, Coach. Hey, you know, you guys started ball in June, and to still be standing here in October today, the final 2, you know, that's a big feat, and that's an accomplishment in itself here. Okay, you just want to kind of talk about your road travel to get here today?
Pretty much, I mean, just from, like you said, we started out here in May, and our goal was to win the championship. Coach Dre been preaching that since May, and for them kids to write it down. We didn't win it, but we got here. That shows a lot when you write something down and get there. You can see it, you can achieve it. So pretty much these kids came, played their heart out, and our season ain't over. We're going to get ready for that next road of our journey, 13U.
You know, and, you know, definitely the next road of that journey, you know, this is a young team. You know, you got a lot of kids that'll be returning next year, a lot of key players, you know, so the future is looking bright for you. You did a great job this year, your coaching staff, the kids bought into what you guys were teaching them, the fundamentals and the foundation of the program. You have a great support staff from the parents. So once again, we'd like to congratulate you on being the 2021 runner-up in the Bantam Division. I am now down in the field, joined by the 2021 Bantamweight Division City Champions, the Westside Wolverines. Okay, so I want to start this ceremony off on the Wolverines side with the 2021 Offensive Player of the Game. An Offensive Player of the Game award goes to number 26, Randall Henry. So, hey, Randall had 93 total yards of offense today with 2 touchdowns. So he really did his part in carrying his team to the victory today. Now, this offense was very, very balanced, and it was a number of guys who could have got this award. But you really stood out in that crowded backfield. And you know what? Even though this award is going to you, I think you need to find a way to share this with your offensive line.
Yeah, I want to share with my offensive line. Them my boys. They was there. They stood up for me. And I appreciate my whole team, feel me? They all have my back, and I love them, feel me? Thanks, y'all. This is my first championship. I appreciate y'all, man. That's the way how to end my birthday, man.
Okay. So this is also a great birthday gift. So, hey, kid, you earned this one. Congratulations. So now I want to bring up head coach. We all know him as Coach Mook. So, hey, Coach, man, from day one, it was a lot of hype. It was a lot of talk. You guys were the talk of the town for the better part of the year, and this started out in the springtime with 7-on-7 football. You know, looking at the numbers, you guys converted from being an 80% run team to a balanced 50-50 run and pass. You know, what contributed to you going out there and redefining the offense this year?
It was really, our O-line played a big part in our success this year, man. And our coaches, the team moms, the players, and most of all, Coach D, man. Thank him for putting all this together, man. The GOAT, you feel me?
Yeah, so, you know, you guys definitely earned this. You went out there, a perfect record this year. Undefeated season. And in the Cleveland Muny Football League, that's hard to accomplish, an undefeated season. So, hey, guys, your job is not finished yet. You now move on to the state tournament, state championships. But right today, we celebrate you as the 2021 Bantamweight Division champions. So there we have it down here on the field. And now I'm going to toss it up to you, John.
Thanks a lot, Jason. A very, very happy team right there, an organization, the Westside Wolverines, and very, very, very well deserved. Congratulations also to Coach Chris Parish and the Raiders for making it to the championship game here in this 2021 season. But I believe, and I'm pretty sure my partner Jason believes the same thing, that the better team won today. So, for the Cleveland Muny football staff, for all the folks up here in the booth, for my partner Jason down there on the field, and the president of the Muny Football League, Joe Record, we want to thank you for joining us for this game. Congratulations again to the Westside Wolverines. Enjoy the rest of your holiday season, folks. Stay safe, and good night.